"It sure is cold out here," said Callahan, standing on the bridge of the USS Saipan. "Sure is," said Taggart. "Nothing beats cold Atlantic air." The Harriers should be finishing up their pre-flight checks now. The Harriers took off from the Saipan's deck at 0630 Standard Time. One by one, they formed up and searched for Soviet radar sites near the city of Keflavik. At 7 miles, they launched their AGM-122 missiles at the radar signals of the Soviet air search radars. One SA-6 managed to lock a Harrier, blowing off its right wing. The pilot was able to eject.
Gold Base, this is Hawk 3. We have picked up radar signals from a Soviet SA-2 site.
Copy that, Hawk 3. Admiral Langford, our Hummer, has picked up on some Soviet air search radar signals from ASA-2 site on the east side of the island. Get the Prowlers prepped with their SEAD loadouts. I want them ready to go within the half hour, said Langford. That SAM site is preventing any friendly air from penetrating Iceland's airspace. With your request, sir, I would also like to put 2 F-14s on Cat 1 and 2 after the Prowlers launch to provide air cover for them. There could be some MiGs patrolling around the coast. Permission granted, Langford said. The Prowlers were rolled out from the Nimitz hangar deck, their AGM-45 Shrike missiles hanging from their outer pylons. Four of them would be launched each with a ANALQ-99 tactical jamming system from their center pylon. The Prowlers formed up and activated their powerful jamming pods, preventing the Soviet radars from seeing them. The Soviet radar operators were confused and panicking as their radar systems went off the air. The Prowlers fired their AGM-45 missiles at a range of 25 miles. The missiles were targeted at all the radar signals that the SA-2 site was emitting. All Shrikes hit the site, damaging the radars and rendering the site useless.
Victory 1-2. This is Hawk 3. We have picked up 2 radar contacts, heading 6-5.
The Tomcats launched earlier from the Nimitz were on station, and ready to intercept any air contacts that were a threat to the Prowlers.
Hawk 3, this is Victory 1-1. I am moving to engage.
The F-14 had the MiGs on its radar. It fired one AIM-54 Phoenix missile at the MiG. His wingman engaged the other MiG 5 seconds later.
Splash 2 MiG-29s. Solid copy, Victory 1-2. Return to base for refuel.
He's out here somewhere. How far are we from that transponder? Said the Sea King's pilot. There. I see his life raft. The Harrier pilot had suffered minor injuries from ejecting. His life raft also had a hole in it. Admiral, our search and rescue bird, has found the Harrier pilot. They're flying him in now. Good. I want doctors ready to treat him right as he lands. After he is back to full health, we will send him to the closest amphibious assault carrier to get him back to his Marines. What are the satellite reports showing? Well, sir, we have many mechanized armor divisions around Iceland. Lots of T-72s and T-55s. Not so many mobile SAM launchers, though. The satellite report also shows at least one squadron of MiG-29s based out of Keflavik. Swedish intelligence reports that they are sending more backfire and Badger bombers to wreak havoc on any NATO shipping going to Europe. British intelligence shows a Soviet resupply convoy with at least 5 large transport vessels carrying tanks, APCs, and munitions. They are expected to land in the next 2 days or so. Damn. Hopefully that Marine division can establish a foothold at Keflavik soon. That airfield will play a strategic role on air superiority over the island. By now the F-14s were making their way back to the Nimitz. A pair of replacement Tomcats were to go up soon. Their job was to make sure that the skies were safe around the carrier strike group. Their biggest fear was backfire and Badger bombers. When the pilots landed, they were overjoyed at the fact that they both had scored one air-to-air kill. This was their first real taste of air-to-air combat. The battleships Iowa and New Jersey made their way toward the east side of the island. They had 2 Oliver Perry-class frigates to serve as air protection in case any emerged. Sir, we have the fuel tanks and airfield in sight. Fire the Mark 7, said the captain. The Iowa-class battleships turned their guns to target the airfield and fuel tanks. She fired her cannons in less than 10 seconds. The shells fell down onto the airfield and fuel depot fast, killing any Soviet troops outside. The squadron of MiG-29s was destroyed after the first salvo, not even making it out of their hangars. Sir, we have 6 new air contacts on radar. The frigates turned their fire control radars towards the threat and let loose a SM-1 missile at the incoming air threats. Make sure the Iowas keep shelling. We will handle the air threat. The Su-24s dropped their AS-13 missiles at the battleships. Iowa had 4 Mark 15 close-in weapon systems to deal with this sort of threat. Within minutes, the Su-24s were taken out.